Okay, I'm going to go through the steps to set up a Spectrum DX18 transmitter to operate the Holy Smoke smoke pump. And what I'm going to do is have it set up so the pump is mixed with throttle, but I'll also have a activation switch set up using the retract gear switch on the transmitter. And I'll have it all set up so you can see it operate once it's programmed. So here we go with the programming. Just start out by pressing the drum, go down to mixing, and we're going to use mix number 1 and a curve rather than normal. Okay, now we scroll down to where it says inhibit and just roll over to throttle. That'll be our master. And then on the next one, go to auxiliary 3. That'll be a slave. And then to set up the switch, come down to here where it says on and press the button or the drum and roll to switch A, which is the gear switch. And then you can see how both of these options are blacked out. Go to the second one and click on it. So now the way the switch is set up, the retract switch, if it'll be back, the pump is active. If it's forward, it'll be off. And that way, if you accidentally bump the switch, you're more likely to bump it forward to turn it off than you would be to turn it the other way. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is to add a couple more points to the curve, because there's only a 3-point curve here. So I'm going to add 2 points. And the way you do that is you move the throttle stick up a little bit, and then while the stick is up, you scroll down to the bottom right here where it says add point. And then you click on that. So it adds that point to the mix. And then I'm going to go up to about 3/4 throttle and do the same thing, add another point. So now we're all set. I'm going to put endpoints in for each of the positions on the curve. The first one I want to be off. So if the throttle's at 0, the pump is off. Well, I'm going to do that with the second one also. That way, if your engine is just idling very slowly, your pump won't be pumping any smoke fluid. So now I go to the third one, and I'm going to put it at, say, 30%. The fourth one I'm going to put at 60%. And the fifth one, you don't gain a whole lot of power by going from 75 to 100% throttle, so I'm just going to put it at 70%. And these numbers are just estimates on my part right now. The user will have to determine by trial and error what points he needs on his own system. Okay, that's it. That's all there is to setting it up. Now I'll show you how it actually works. First I got to turn on the receiver. And you could hear, I don't know if you could hear it on the video, but the speed controller and the smoke pump just went through its booting up. So everything's all set. Here's my throttle servo, here's the smoke pump, and it's turned over upside down so you can see it turning over. Now, right now, I have my gear switch in active mode. So as I raise the throttle, you can see the throttle servo move. The pump isn't moving yet because I haven't gotten to the minimum point where it's active. Okay, now I'm at about half throttle, the pump is turning. You can see the throttle servo continuing to move, and you can probably hear the pump turning now. It's going at a pretty good clip. Now I'm going to just shut it off by using the gear switch. I flip the switch forward and it turned the pump off. Flip the switch back and it turned it right back on. And that's all there is to it.